Welcome to the Small Business Spotlight, brought to you this week by Oshi, where you can earn Bitcoin rewards by supporting small businesses. I'm your host, Josh Friedemann, and our guest today is Neil Jacobs, who's one of the co-founders of FOMO21. Neil, could you share with us a little bit about FOMO21 and your vision for the business?
So my vision for FOMO21 is to be a global company. If you have Bitcoin fever, right? If you're into Bitcoin, you could find our merch and we could get it delivered to you. Right now, I believe we have shipped our merch and apparel to over 33 countries. My vision is anyone that wants Bitcoin merch will come to our site first and be satisfied and find something they want, give them quality products, and try to keep the costs as low as we can.
What do your customers tend to like the most about your products?
It's very relevant to what's going on in the Bitcoin world right now. I'm always paying attention, so I'd like to think I have my finger on the pulse of what people want. We try to use good quality shirts. That's where my partner comes in. We offer 100% satisfaction. If you don't like the shirt, there's something wrong with it, we'll replace it. We'll give you a refund, no questions asked. As long as you take a picture, ship it back to us, we're good.
And this is a Bitcoin focused company to a significant degree. So I think I already know the answer to this, but what are your thoughts on Bitcoin?
So yeah, we're Bitcoin only. We don't have any other crypto stuff on our site, unless it's maybe poking a little fun at some of the other crypto stuff. So yeah, we're Bitcoin only. We believe that Bitcoin can really help the world progress. When people wear Bitcoin merch in public, it helps spark a conversation. So I'd like to think we are, in a very tiny way, helping Bitcoin adoption.
So as far as designs that your customers like, which ones have risen to the top? Which are the designs that people like the most?
So there are definitely some clear winners. We have shown over 600 different designs on our site, but there are definitely some that lead among others. One of the most well-known ones is the Do the Math Bitcoin t-shirt, which is a popular thing that Greg Foss says. If anyone's not familiar with Bitcoin Twitter or been to some Bitcoin conference, Greg Foss is a former bond trader and now a big Bitcoin supporter. And he always says, do the math, learn math. This is 11th grade math. How do you not understand this? Do the math. And it's a bestseller on the site. And that wasn't even one of our original ones. So it hasn't even been up as long. So that one does really well. The Nakamoto State University, so this fictional college looking shirt that does really well in all different colors. People love the designs, and I get excited about it when I see a design that I made that someone's like, I want to buy that.
So if you're the one making the designs, it's probably hard to say this. Maybe it is the Do the Math design, but do you have one that you personally like the most?
It's funny because I'll make a design and think it's the best design ever, and no one will buy it. And then I'll make a design and I'm like, this is okay. And it ends up being one of our best sellers. I have stories about certain designs. So we have a shirt that says Bitcoin Psychopath. And that I would say is kind of our first shirt that kind of got us on the map. And I don't know if you're familiar with this story, but the New York Post back in March or April, I think, of 2022 had a headline that said, study finds majority of Bitcoiners are psychopaths. Right. So I went right away. I made a shirt that said Bitcoin Psychopath on it in black text on a red shirt. And I just put it out right away. I thought it was when I was first learning how to make my own designs. And all of a sudden it started selling. The funny thing about that is after a few sales came through, I looked at the design and I realized I misspelled psychopath. And I'm a perfectionist, control freak. So I sent out a tweet. Anyone that already bought the misspelled one, sorry, we'll send you the right one. And a bunch of people were like, no, we love that it's misspelled because we're real psychopaths and we want it to be crazy. So for a long time on the website, I had a Bitcoin Psychopath spelled wrong shirt and a Bitcoin Psychopath spelled right shirt. So that was kind of one of our first memes that we were able to capitalize on in terms of merch, and people really liked it. And they're still buying that shirt today. So it really caught on.
is there another Bitcoin company or just small business in general that you're a big fan of?
Anyone that's Bitcoin only, that's trying in the space, I'm a fan of. A lot of the reward apps are awesome, like Oshi, Lolly, Fold. It's a way to stack sats without necessarily having to spend additional money on things you wouldn't have, or to buy Bitcoin straight up, right? With these apps, you might have been spending on these things anyways, and now you get Bitcoin. What could be better than that? So I love the reward apps because anyone could use them. I love any Bitcoin only company that sells Bitcoin. I try to steer people away from the crypto casinos and have them focus only on Bitcoin.
Well, Neil, where should people go to find out more about you and FOMO21?
FOMO21.com. You just go right there and you'll see everything. You could find me at Neil Jacobs on Twitter. That's NeilJacobs. And yeah, that's where you could find me. You can find me at conferences. I'll be at the Bitcoin conference. Come say hello. I don't bite. So that's all I got there.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Neil.
Thanks for having me.